everybody, my name's Melissa, and we are here at the barn at GRS. GRS was my baby and started about a year ago. I actually bought this place almost 3 years ago, and there was just a house. And since then, I've added fences in the barn and shelters and all kinds of things. But it wasn't until about a year ago that I really formalized what I wanted to do. As you saw on the website, I got my first horse about 4 years ago, and he was a rescue. And then my second horse was Jessie Jane, who came from a rescue, Pegasus Project in Ben Wheeler. And around that time, there were some older horses at the places where I was boarding, and I realized that I really have a heart for the older horses and for the ones that kind of get left behind. There were horses at that place where their owners hadn't been to visit them in over a year, but you know what, at least their owners paid and invested for those horses to be taken care of. But I realized that there are a lot of horses that deserve better. They end up in the sale barns and go into slaughter after, people think that they're not useful anymore. So that's kind of what brought about GRS, and we're working on an addition now. So we didn't have a barn before. Now we've got a barn, and we're working on an addition so that we can help more horses, and it's kind of in progress. So we've got some nice stalls going here with the rolling doors, because you learn your lessons as you go. I don't like the swing out doors because they kind of get in the way. So we got rolling doors going in. And then we've got kind of this open space where the horses, when the doors aren't closed, they'll be able to run through and still get under shelter if it's too hot or if it starts to rain. Half the horses think they're going to melt as soon as there's a raindrop, and they run up under shelter. This part is still under construction. There's going to be a big door here to separate the pastures. Connie's on that side in a big pasture. So we've kind of got a little bit of a mess here. But once we finish this part of the barn, then we'll have stall space for 2 more, but open space that could actually hold an extra 2 as well. So this is just one of our projects, and I'm hopeful that as we move down the road in another year or 2, we can add on a little bit more. I've gotten some bids for shelters in the pastures so that we can have some individual shelters in some of my smaller pastures that aren't being used right now. I've got some pastures that are just green grass that I can turn the horses out in for a treat, but we actually have a lot of big grass. So out back, one of the things that I did last year when we were formalizing everything is fenced in 2 big chunks of what used to be hayfield. Now, I do still have hayfield in the very back, but these 2 big pastures are so that the horses can get out during the day and really just be a horse and graze and have some open space. So we've got the boys on the right and the girls on the left. And then there are a couple other spaces we have in an arena. So hopefully this gives you a good view of a little bit about what we're about. And when we talk about the horses, you can picture where we are and where the horses are. And you can see that they all kind of have it easy. None of them have a job anymore. Zeke has to take people for rides, and occasionally I ride Poco and Jessie. But otherwise, everybody just gets to hang out and be loved. So you can learn more on the website. You can follow us on Instagram or on Facebook. It's all under Golden Reward Sanctuary. So I hope you'll check us out. And we do like visitors. It's by appointment only, but you can ask to come visit us on the website. So thanks, everybody.